Hi everyone, it's Miss Doris again. I'm back with another science video, so let's go ahead and get started.
So we know that sand is made out of small pieces of rock. It is smaller than gravel, and it is larger than silt or clay. How is clay and sand different? They are both made of small pieces of rock, but with sand, it doesn't hold together unless you add water. When it dries, it falls apart. Take a look at this sand castle here. How do you think the designer solved the problem of keeping the small pieces of sand together? You might have experience working with wet sand to build sculptures at the beach. Did those sculptures made out of sand and water keep their shape over time, or did they eventually topple over? What can we do to make the sand sculptures permanent?
Okay, so our focus question today is, how can we make a sand sculpture? Okay, what I have here is called sand matrix. So you can see it's kind of still warm. There's condensation in the bag, but it is made out of equal parts cornstarch. My hands are cornstarchy. And water. That's all it is. And a matrix is a material that holds other materials together. So this will be kind of like our glue to help us make a sand structure.
So now we have an engineering challenge. I'm going to have some sand here, and I'm going to use my matrix, and my goal is to figure out how many spoons of sand do I need in order to make a perfect mixture for sand sculpting. In order to keep track of my measurements, I'm going to use a metal spoon. And I'm going to start off with 1 metal spoonful of matrix. I am also going to start with 1 spoonful of sand. Now I begin the kneading process. So I'm going to use my fingers and kind of push it around and pick up as much sand as I can with the matrix. So I'm just working it around, smushing it, squishing it, rolling it. As you can see, I've picked up most of the sand, but I noticed as I was kneading it that it was still kind of moist and the matrix was still see-through, so meaning it showed a lot of white. So I'm going to go ahead and add another spoonful of sand. So as I added that last spoonful of sand, I realized that it was a good texture and a good ratio of matrix to sand, and I was happy with how it felt. Remember, it is not an exact recipe, so you would have to determine based on what you see and what you feel. What do you think would happen if I added twice as much sand? The mixture could definitely be more crumbly, and I would need to add more matrix to balance it out. If it looked too white, then I would definitely have to add more sand. So this is me rolling it up into a ball, and I only needed 2 scoops of sand for my matrix. Now we move on to the more creative and fun part, in my opinion. I got to make my own sculpture. I am just going to fast forward through this part, but let's see if you could predict what sculpture I am going to make. Any guesses so far?
All right, did you guess what my little sculpture was? It's supposed to be a turtle. So if you guessed a turtle, give me a thumbs up or pat yourself on the back. Awesome job. So that is all for today. Until next time, friends, stay safe and I will see you soon. Bye.